I'm just gonna get a little shade underneath my first time ever seeing in my life a hydrangea tree. We are not looking at a plant. We're looking at a tree of hydrangea. So imagine this in your backyard, right?
Yeah.
This in your front yard.
Pretty beautiful.
I've never seen anything like this. It's a one-piece strawberry sundae, which, did you like plan this? Strawberry sundaes are my favorite flavor.
I know now.
Patio hydrangea tree. It is a perennial, and it is such a wow. Okay, Alan, talk to me. It's my pick of the show.
Okay, it is beautiful, good pick. So typically hydrangeas grow as shrubs.
Yes.
So they're multi-stem shrubs that grow from the ground up. This was actually trained as a tree. So typically it'd be a shrub, but our horticultural artisans trained it upright, and then they created this beautiful canopy on the top, and they trained it lovingly until you get this beautiful display. So it's really elegant. Anytime you do something like that, it's called a topiary form.
Yes,
So
I love topiaries.
This is, we call it a standard or a lollipop form. So it's a stick with a ball on top. You could do, not with this, but you could do rabbits in different geometric shapes, but this is a beautiful tree form that's topiary. So if you have one of these, it's gonna make your garden look more elegant. It's gonna make you look like you know what you're doing, or you have gardeners who know what they're doing, but either way, it's just gonna be beautiful.
Talk to me about those colors that I'm seeing. Oh
So
my
they
gosh,
have
look at this.
Beautiful color change. So you can see here, this is the white phase. So the flowers will open in midsummer, early summer to midsummer, and they'll be beautiful white. And as they age, you can see some of them on here, they actually start to get a little blush, a little pink. Now, they don't all change at the same time on the same flower head. You can see
Look
here,
at this.
some of them change
Look at
before
that.
others.
It's a work
So you
of
get
art.
a two-tone effect. You get white flowers and pink flowers on the same plant, and it looks like the strawberry sundae, like somebody put sundae, you know.
It's like vanilla ice cream with strawberry syrup with like, you know, a swirl, right?
And then after they turn all pink, then they turn this beautiful parchment paper color, and then they last through the winter. So I still have hydrangea flowers on my plants right now, and you can see how beautiful that is. And here they are opening, so it's kind of a bright lime green, to that beautiful white, to the bicolor pink and white, to the beautiful pink, to the parchment paper. Whew, it does a lot. It does a lot in a year.
Right? Okay, so, and then here so it's a pollinator, right? So
right, it's a pollinator plant. So you can see here butterflies love it, and it will be all abuzz. You can cut the flowers, you can bring them in. The flowers can be cut fresh or dried flowers, and especially once they turn that parchment paper color, they're dried basically already, and you just bring them in and enjoy them inside. And even when you don't cut them back, they kind of fall apart in your garden, and it's like somebody's throwing hydrangea confetti.
Strawberry Sundae confetti. Okay, so I also love the shape of these. Like, it's got a little bit more of a, would you say like a little cone kind of shape?
Yeah, it's kind of like a cone.
A little bit different.
Official flower form is a panicle. It's a panicle hydrangea, but right, it's kind of pointy, and they're big, generous flowers, and you can see all the beautiful colors, the pinks and the whites. It's just a showstopper. I bought one of these last year, and it came in great shape, and I got about 8 blossoms on it last year. I'm expecting more this year, and I'm buying another one because I liked it so much. So
how does it come? I think it's
right behind you.
I was like looking at it. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. Okay, this is a big tree. I mean, here's the thing that's different, right? So if you love hydrangeas, I mean, people do because it's a classic, like,
it's beautiful.
Again, Hamptons, as we said, perennial every year. But this is a tree.
It's a tree, so it was trained upright by our horticultural artisans, and then this canopy was formed. And this is a pretty big pot. This is a 2 or 3 gallons, so you're getting a lot of energy in this pot. So it's, you know, like I said, mine had about 8 blossoms last year.
Okay.
So you probably get about as many as those, and then the following year it'll get bigger, and bigger after that. I'd say to probably get 7 or 8 feet tall at the end with a huge canopy of beautiful blooming flowers. A showstopper. Your neighbors are showstopper. And wherever you put it in your garden, it's going to be a focal point.
How do you plant it?
So pick a spot that is in full sun or partial shade. If you're planting it in the south, plant it in an area that has a little more shade because it could be a little too hot for it. But after you pick your spot, you can plant it in a container. You can move it around if you want once it's in the container, or plant it right in the ground. And you want to dig a hole that's a little deeper and wider than the root ball. We call it the root ball. And then I would stake it. So you get a stake so it doesn't fall over, because the roots haven't quite grabbed into the soil when you first plant it. So you want to give it more support to hold onto something. And then a little trick I do is I build a little berm around the plant so it
Okay.
holds the water, like
It's
a little
like a
dam.
moat?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So when you water the plant, the water stays put. If you don't build that little moat, the water's just going to fan out into the ground.
So it likes a lot of water.
Right, you waste a lot of water. So keep it contained with building that little dam, and then water it periodically. If it looks like it's wilting, give it a drink.
How tall does it get?
This will probably, once it's full height, I'd probably say 7 or 8 feet tall with a big canopy of flowers.
Can you imagine an 8-foot hydrangea tree? Like, this is a statement piece in your front.
It is.
Right? Like your neighbors will be jealous. All I've seen are hydrangea bushes and they like line them up.
Right.
But like this is a tree.
Wherever you put it, it's going to be focal point. So if you put it at the end of a walkway or by your door, eyes are
like
going to be drawn to it.
centerpiece. Yeah,
Right, because
with
it's
the
a
flowers, too.
form. It's like a bullseye, so your eye is drawn to it. So you can draw people's eyes to any place in your garden by planting one of these.
You know what we should have done, Alan?
What's that?
We should have stood up because look at this plant. Okay, look, I'm 5'7". How tall are you?
I'm about 5'8".
What size do you wear? Just kidding. We do fashion things, and we're like always like, what size do you wear? How tall are you? That's so funny. So you said this is going to go 7 to 8 feet in height?
Yeah, it's going to be beautiful with this beautiful canopy.
This is probably at
beautiful
least
flowers.
6 to
Yeah,
7
so
maybe.
I'd say another foot or two.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a great plant. And look at those beautiful colors. I mean,
It looks like a strawberry sundae.
it changes throughout the season, so you got this
Pretty.
beautiful color change. It's not
Cut them.
boring, right?
Yep.
You could cut it
Yeah.
and bring it in and just
How do you
enjoy
cut it? Just like don't go to the like leaves, just like maybe the flower part or whatever.
Well,
just like
if you want to stem,
Yeah.
don't feel bad. If it's a full plant and you're not too worried about the shape, you can go back fairly long, maybe a foot, so you have a long stem to use in a vase. These hydrangeas are easier to get to bloom than some other ones. The blue ones can be a little hard to bloom sometimes because they
have to go
bloom
through the
on buds from
pH.
last year.
Yeah.
And this blooms on this year's growth. So unless you actually cut your blooms off yourself, this will probably bloom. So this will be easy to bloom. Mine are budding out right now. The leaves are starting to pop out. So spring is very exciting. They're starting to come now.
Do you have to do anything on the pH on this? You know how like hydrangeas? Yeah, could you
Yeah,
explain?
it is. It is an acid-loving plant, which means it needs fertilizer more on the acid side. So we actually do have some fertilizer for that. It's NPK plus.
Can we find this at
fertilizer.
QVC?
Yes.
Yeah,
So this is the Cottage Farm variety of fertilizer, and it just gives the acid the plant needs to survive and thrive. And again, it will come in little fertilizer packs, little dishwasher packets that you can just pour on the plant.
But I've seen white, I've seen green, yeah.
Did I mention they're deer resistant?
Oh, I love that. Well, you know, I love deers. I love Bambis,
They're
but I
cute, they're
don't
awfully
like them
cute.
eating my hibiscus. Okay, so do you see a lot of hydrangea trees that often?
Not really.
Yeah, it's hard to find.
It's hard to find them.
It's a tree. Let's
It's a tree,
keep that clear,
Because all that extra effort goes into forming it as a tree.
Yes.
So typically they're just shrubs, so a lot has gone into that. And hydrangeas are one of the backbones of my summer garden, along with the hibiscus we just looked at. So both deer resistant, they look good together.
Yeah.
And
you
know
can
we
plant,
can get the pink,
you can cut the
pink
flowers.
hibiscus, to go with the pink hydrangea.
Look
So you
at
could have a whole
this.
theme. So big.
Strawberry Sundae.
Strawberry Sundae. Mm-mm.
All right, it is one piece, but you will go through all the different colors on this. And I know that this is very special because it's a hydrangea tree, which is probably like my first one seeing ever. Okay. All right, Alan, people like the blackberry.
Oh,
so
boy.